Okay, beautiful. So how can we be of service today? Is there anything in particular?
Well, and there's so much, but since we've been talking about money, I guess that has been probably one of my biggest challenges.
Okay, so
I don't understand how and when I'm actually standing in my own way, sabotaging myself, working hard for something and don't understand why it doesn't come to be.
yeah. Okay, beautiful. Okay, I can
In
feel
many
it.
different forms.
So, tell me about your relationship to what you think money is. Because there's a disconnect. I can feel a disconnect there about money being something separate.
Oh.
And that it's hard to get. It's separate. It's over there, and I've got to scramble to get it.
Oh, I have to work hard. I have to
hustle.
Struggle. It doesn't come easy.
Yeah.
Am I worthy? Did I work hard enough? Was it good enough?
Yeah. All the usual suspects. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. So tell me, how did you go with the activation?
I have been trying to do it as regularly as I possibly can.
Yeah.
I have felt immediate differences for myself, which I'm so I'm enlightened by that. I'm encouraged by that. It feels still out of my command, like I still get in my own way.
So the expression you just said was, I've been trying to. Tell me what stopped you from doing what you're intending, which is to do it regularly.
I don't have a regular schedule to my day. I know when I get to work. I know how I feel when I get home.
Yeah.
I've been thoroughly challenged right before this all started with feeling depressed.
So that's actually where the problem is coming from. Not that you don't have a fixed schedule. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that you see, you knew this was a gift. You knew this was a gift for yourself. You felt it immediately. And so you said, I'm going to do this more regularly. And then you let yourself off the hook, and you let all of those circumstances stop you. There's only one reason that you would do that. Right?
Okay.
You're sabotaging yourself because you don't love yourself. Now, yes, you do to some degree. I always over-exaggerate everything, right? What I'm saying to you is the work that you need to do, because if you remember the activation, you were activated to the fact that money is not separate than you. It's the same energy as you. So the only reason you wouldn't receive it is because you don't love yourself enough to receive it. You don't love yourself enough to give yourself what you desire. Because it's not the universe giving you money, it's not money giving you money, it's not God giving you money, it is another aspect of you that's giving you money. But when that aspect is reaching out and saying, here it is, you're saying, oh, hang on, no, I can't possibly. That would mean things would be easy. And that's not how I do it. For me, I'm choosing a little hard, right? This is the conversation that's going on in you energetically with your non-physical when the money conversation comes up, because you're opening to believe that it's just another aspect of you, but you're still seeing it as something beyond you.
Separate.
Something that must be given to me. Right? And that's okay.
That doesn't feel good at all. Something's all messed up in that.
But here's the thing is, like, as human beings, we are so messed up, right? We can have totally contradicting beliefs. Totally contradicting beliefs about the same thing. That's how weird it is, right? Sometimes I'll be doing a session with someone and they'll have this belief about one thing, and they'll have the complete opposite belief about it as well. It's the most bizarre thing, right? But this is not for you to worry about. See, I can feel you immediately going into, oh God, why am I doing this? You know? And so I want to just say, you've started the process, you've started the activation, and you knew this is something that I'm going to do more and more and more, but then you sabotaged yourself and didn't do that. It really is a self-sabotage, and it's a self-sabotage because you're saying, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not loved, I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy of love. The problem is that you need to give that to yourself first. And you don't. And you don't. The greatest gift you could have given yourself this month, and you've still got 2 weeks left, is to do this activation every day. Or whenever your intuition tells you to do it. Because it's not for me to say do it every day. What I'm saying to you is, and that's why I made a point of saying when we did the Q&A, I don't know if you heard this bit, but someone asked about whether they should do it every day, and I said, well, this is not for me to tell you, but you must start following your own guidance. When you start following your own guidance and acting on it, that's an act of self-love, right? Okay. And sure. So what you've done is you've felt the need to self-love, but then you've said, no, maybe later. Right? It's human nature. It's what we do. Don't beat yourself up about it, because the minute you start beating yourself up about it, that's an act of unself-love.
Right.
You get caught in this spiral, which I feel you could go down very, very easily. That's why I keep saying, but don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want you to, because that's another self-sabotage. But what I want you to do is a couple of things. And again, this is a conversation that I've already had this morning. So it's absolutely the theme of these sessions, and what everyone in that group is obviously needing to hear, because I've said it to her, I'm going to be saying it to you. That means there's a whole bunch of you who are needing this same advice. Essentially, you need to make yourself your number one priority every day. Okay? Now, if I were you, I would do the activation every day. I would make it the thing that I must do, as if it were the thing like brushing your teeth. You must brush your teeth every day, and you do, don't you? Turn into that for at least the next 2 weeks until the end of the month.
Sure.
This is my teeth brushing, but this is actually my soul brushing, right? And then I also want you to start doing some work around self-love. And I think for you, I feel for you, I want to suggest to you that the way for you to do that would be to set some alarms on your phone that just have a simple label that says, I am worthy of my own love.
Wow. Okay.
I am worthy of my own love. I can feel that in you. Whew, that's quite strong. So set some alarms on your phone. Have them make a noise so that you have to, obviously don't have them in working hours, maybe for your lunch break. Have an alarm that wakes you up in the morning. If you use your phone for your waking up alarm in the morning, put this label on that. You pick up your phone, you have to look at it, you have to read it, but what you have to do is you have to read it in your own voice. So read it out loud.
Yeah. Okay.
So you pick it up, you turn the sound off, you can turn it off, it still sits there, and just say, whatever it was that I said a moment ago, because I can't remember, something about loving myself. I am worthy of my own love. I am worthy of my own love. And say it in your voice, because here's the thing. Your brain has been hearing you say the opposite for so long that it thinks that's what you want to hear. So it needs to hear your voice say something different in order to say, oh, she's saying that now, maybe we need to switch to that. Maybe that's the thing she now wants to hear. Okay? This works, by the way. I used it I tell the story all the time about I am enough, which I did alarms. I did 8 a day for probably 18 months. I still have a few of them on there that go off from time to time. Certainly the one that wakes me up in the morning says I am enough. I don't say it out loud anymore because my head's now in that different place. I've retrained my brain. So that's what we're talking about here, is retraining your brain away from what you've told it for pretty much your entire life and into a new way. It won't take as long, but it's got to take a period of time.
Right.
Because we're so well trained. Okay, so the energy work, the activation is untraining your energy, but now you need to train your brain to what you want. Okay?
Yes.
You got all that?
Makes sense.
Yes.
I'll sit here and make some notes and start making some, wherever my phone is over there to start doing that.
Okay.
And I sometimes would listen to the activation at night. Sometimes I listen to it in the morning while I'm getting ready for work. Sometimes it's just enough that I'll play it and I'll put it on repeat while I'm driving.
Beautiful.
So,
all of it is good. All of it is good.
The thing that I think is definitely would make a difference is that when I think it or have that thought or that intuition to do it, that I make sure that I actually follow.
In that moment is when exactly. That's exactly right. Because really the journey that we're on is not so much the activations and the Q&As and these conversations. The journey that we're on is towards your sovereignty, your self-empowerment. So you've got to start following your gut instinct, following your intuition, following your own guidance. Not mine, your own. That's what we're really activating here, is your sovereignty. So that you can be the true creator of your reality, be in total control and master your own energy field, so that you don't get triggered by anything outside of you, which allows you to have inner peace, which creates all sorts of beautiful things. Okay?
I'll start there and I'll just be consistent with it and let things unfold.
Do that for yourself. That's an act of self-love.
Thank you, Anne.
Fantastic. All right. I'll talk to you again soon. All right. So let's get going. How can we serve you today?
Going through and doing the Activate Challenge when I'm doing the daily spends. Are there any extra tips on really having that task resonate so that we manifest it, like to take that activation to the next level? Because it feels a little bit hollow at the moment. It's sort of just out of arm's reach sort of feeling.
Yes. So this is what I was going to ask you was, yes, how is it making you feel? This is where the importance is. This is where the embodiment comes in, is noticing how it's making you feel and then going on a discovery of seeing why it feels that way to you. And so what's happening for you is that it feels like, what I'm picking up on is that it feels, as you say, empty, and it feels empty because you've done it before and not a lot changed. Right? So there's some sense of, oh yeah, I've done this before. I'm still not rich. I'm still trying to do it. You know, these sorts of things. So maybe they're conscious thoughts, I don't know, but they're running in your system, okay? Which is great, because this is what we want to notice. Yep. That's the whole point of doing it, is not to, yes, to have the fun and to have the fun of it, to enjoy the game, to play the game, but even more importantly is to go, yeah, how did I feel about that? What did that bring up for me? Why was it so hard for me to choose that $100,000 yacht? What is it about that makes me think that I'm not available for that, or it's not available for me?
Yeah.
So that's what's important, right? So tell me what you're feeling right now about what's coming up.
I know it's available for me. Like, I really do believe that. Yeah, but it just seems that there's, it's almost like a glass wall between me and I'm creating this fabulous life, but I'm on the outside of it.
Yes, there's a disconnect. Absolutely. There's a disconnect. And again, we think it's part of your history because, yes, you've been doing this work. You've been doing this work. When is it going to finally be my time? When is it going to happen for me? When am I going to receive this stuff? I've been practicing. What you're talking about, that glass ceiling, is the non-embodiment of it.
Okay. Because it has been improving over the years. Because,
yes, of course.
you know, I've done programs in the past, but it's always been, it's improved in gradually rather than leaps and bounds. Like, I'd love to, click that switch.
The glass, see, what we're seeing is you here and you in the future here, and between you is a glass, as you say, a sheet of glass like blocking you. But that sheet of glass is actually the quantum leap that you need to take.
Okay.
And the embodiment of the energy, the embodiment, and bear with me, there's something coming through. It's in the embodiment of it. And it can be as quick as that, or it can take forever, which is what's been happening, right? So we want to speed that process up. So we have to kind of really allow ourselves to embody it. What I'm feeling for you right now is that you, moving forward for at least the next 2 weeks, need to be listening to that activation once a day.
Okay.
Just once a day. Because what you've done is you've received the energy of it, and it's within you, but it hasn't settled in you. And the way to settle it in you is to keep repeating it over and over and over. Now, I didn't recommend that at the beginning because it's not that way for everybody.
Yep.
But there must have been a moment when you were doing it, or at some point where you've thought, I should do that again.
Okay.
And you didn't.
So is it more about me stepping forward into it, or have I actually put up a wall that I'm not owning it?
No, not at all. Okay. It's a thing that everyone will go through, right? And some people will go through it quicker than others. That's all. It's just that gap between knowing and embodying.
Okay.
So you get the knowing from the recording, but to embody it, for 2 weeks, I want you to just continue to listen to it every day for 2 weeks. Now, the reason that I pointed out to you that you actually, at some point over the last 2 weeks, have had this idea that, I might go and do that again, but you haven't done it. That's an act of unself-love. It's self-sabotage.
Okay.
Because you intuitively knew that you should do it again and you chose not to. For whatever reason. Usually it's just because there just isn't enough time in the day.
Oh, no, I think there's some sort of resistance there too.
Yeah, okay. So the resistance would be to self-love.
Okay.
Not to the money, to self-love.
Yep.
Right? And it's in closing that gap that you will start to allow yourself to receive, which is the greatest act of self-love. Right? Now, what I'm saying to you, what we're saying to you here is that you truly, 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 truly need to allow yourself to receive what you give to everyone else. You're still on the other side of giving everything to everyone else and nothing to yourself. And we're saying nothing. Now, don't take us literally, because we know that you've changed and you are starting to sometimes do some things for yourself, but not to the extent that you need to. And the evidence is that this touched you emotionally. You knew immediately, emotionally, that this is what is the problem. You are still being so selfless. And there's nothing wrong with being selfish, selfless. There's nothing wrong with being selfless, but you need to be selfish in order to be selfless.
Yeah.
Selfish in order to be selfless. In other words, give to yourself. Fill your bucket first. Put your air mask on first. You've heard it in so many different ways, and yet you're still not doing it. That's the glass ceiling that you're looking at, is this giving of yourself and allowing yourself to be depleted. Give to self first, be full, then give.
Okay. Let the bucket overflow.
Yes.
All right.
Indeed.
Cool.
Indeed.
Okay.
But will you listen to it, you see? Because we know you've heard this before. We know you know that I've got to start looking after myself. I have to be my first priority. That shows me that I am in love with myself. And when I am in love with myself, Everything that I desire is possible and probable. And so what we want to do is take you right back to the very basics of this journey of self-love. We want you to start looking in the mirror every day. So do the activation and then look in the mirror every day as well. In fact, we're going to change that up a little bit. Every single time you go to pee, as you wash your hands, look in the mirror and say, "My God, you are so adorable. I love you so much."
Okay.
And then you'll laugh because you'll have that little moment of disparagement. And that's okay. But if you keep doing it, you will change. It will change. You will one day look and say it and you'll just know it.
All right.
But that's what we want for you. That love that you give to everyone else, put some back in yourself, first and foremost.
Okay.
We are done.
All right.
Now, that's been another activation for you as well, by the way. And that's going to continue for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Right? So, what's one thing that you can do right after this that will be totally self-serving and loving to yourself? Or just sometime this weekend?
Just stopping.
Yeah. Perfect. Just stop and just do nothing for a period of time. And, you know, if you had to do something during that period of time, you could be writing. I am lovable, I am loved, I am full of love, I love myself. Any of these sorts of things, or simply saying them in your head as you're relaxing will help you to do the relaxing more, because we know you want to be busy, you want to be doing.
All right.
We are done.
Time to do things for me. Thank you very much, Anne. And all that is. Thank you. Have a good day.
So, tell me how I can be of service today.
I don't know exactly.
Okay.
I'm in this just huge, everything's changing. Pardon?
There's definitely something going on with you, though.
Yeah. Like lots of huge changes. Moving in not perfect circumstances. Going back interstate, all that kind of thing.
So I just want to, right now, I just want to ask you to just close your eyes, and I want you to bring your attention into your body, because I can feel that almost on the verge of crying energy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of emotion in there. So we just want to help you to ease yourself through that. So what I want you to do is just to bring all of your attention down into your body, wherever you can feel that energy of that emotion. Just pinpoint where it is, bring your attention to it. And then what I want you to do is allow yourself to bring your attention and focus to the bit that feels most intense. It actually feels to me like a burn. There's a burning feeling right in the center. So just bring your attention there for me. Just bring your attention there. Keep your attention there. There's nothing else you need to do. You've asked. It's time to receive. Just keep your attention there. How's that now feeling?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just get really, I got really, really hot. Because I burn a lot. I get to points where I just get so hot, I feel like the heat's trapped inside my body.
Yeah. I feel like I want to just keep going with that, though. I don't feel like it's finished.
Yeah.
Let's just sit quietly. Let's just, again, bring your attention. I can still feel that building up. It's really quite intense for me from where I'm sitting. You can't see, but I'm actually doing this circle thing in front of my gut area, in front of my solar plexus.
Yeah.
Just keep your attention there. So just close your eyes and again bring your attention as if you could put your eyes down there inside your body and look at it, but without judgment, just with a sense of, there it is. Curiosity, even non-judgment. And just bring your attention to wherever you feel it needs it most, the bit that feels most intense. And just keep your attention there. I feel like you've been shutting yourself down recently because we're doing some work in your heart space.
Yeah.
Some heart opening work. So just sit, relax, let that happen. Take a nice deep breath in for me through your nose. Bring it all the way down to your belly. Okay, great. Open your eyes for me. Whoa, that is hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So I don't know what you're dealing with at the moment, but you're going into shutdown.
Yeah.
You're shutting yourself down. And so I want to encourage you in this moment to not do that. Look, I'm going to say to you after this, because we've started a process here, right? Are you at home by yourself at the moment?
Oh, my daughter's here.
Okay.
She's in a room now. Yeah.
So I would really love for you to take 10 minutes and time yourself and just go and cry for 10 minutes. That's an activation and a release that wants to come out. You need to release that, because while you're holding on to it, you're shutting yourself down. Release. Yeah. Okay. Scream, cry, rage at someone if you need to, in a safe way, or rage against someone. You don't have to do it at them.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you need to do, but you need to do that, okay? Give yourself, just time it. Say, you know what? I'm going to time myself. I'm going to give myself 10 minutes. When the alarm goes off, I'm going to get up. I'm going to wash my face. And I'm going to get on with it.
Yeah.
Really important that you do that, okay?
Yeah.
For this particular thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we've done some work to help you to move through that. Now, what we've started now is going to continue for at least 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You need to just allow yourself to be gentle. Don't ask too much of yourself. Don't expect too much of yourself. Just do the minimal, if you know what we mean. Right? Yeah. Okay? Yeah. And know that this too shall pass. 3 days. 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, no worries. Thanks, Anne.
That's my pleasure. Do you have any questions? Because we do have a few minutes left. And
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I feel like you just needed to have this little bit of a reconnection. You've shut yourself off, a reconnection to your non-physical aspects. Who are
I've been doing it for years.
Who are doing the work, you know what I mean? Sorry?
Yeah. I said I've been doing it for years. Yeah,
but something's happened recently that's caused you to do it again, to go backwards.
Yeah.
And so that's what this is all about. We just needed to make that reconnection to bring in all of your non-physical aspects so that they can support you through the next couple of days. So you're going to be surrounded. You're going to have that support for the next couple of days. I mean, you've got it all the time, but we particularly want you to have it for the next few days. And just to stop you from shutting yourself down. This is what's really important to me. This is what's banging in my head, right? You must not shut down.
Yeah.
So do whatever you need to in order not to shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How can I be of service today?
I think just mainly sort of, I'm at a point where we've been clearing lots of things, and I'm not quite like as each time before. I've sort of known what to sort of clear and what to work on, and we've gone through those things. And I suppose I'm sort of not sure what next to sort of clear to sort of help me keep me on track and motivated.
Yes.
You know?
Yes,
so
yes. Yes.
Guidance in that area would be good.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. So I feel like I want to ask you what you're doing as a daily, I'm going to use the word discipline, which I would never ever use before, but literally just a moment ago, the word discipline was coming to me. I feel like, obviously for you, right? What do you do as a daily discipline for your spiritual growth?
I think that was probably the perfect word that you come through with that, because I have discipline. It's really, really hard for me. I don't even moisturize my body because I can't even do routines like that. If I didn't brush my teeth in the shower, then I would forget to do it, you know, and yeah.
So that's really interesting, because literally on our last session, the guides came through and said to her that she needs to treat her listening to the activation as if it's her brushing her teeth. In other words, she has to do it every day. It's just the thing you do every day, right? It feels like this is kind of a continuation of that conversation. But we didn't use the word discipline with her. That's definitely for you. There's some, so what do you currently do with regards to, so first of all, I want to say self-care, moisturising, important. But there's something around I almost want to say your discipline for your soul. What do you do every day for your soul? I mean, do you meditate? What's a process or something that you do every day?
I don't think I really do anything consistently to say that I do that as a routine.
That's the thing. It's the consistency. That's what they're trying to point out by using the word discipline. So in other words, they're saying to you, if you want to continue the journey that you're going on, and if you want to increase the speed of it, become disciplined with your soul work. Become disciplined with it. I feel like it's just simply as simple as, I really feel like I want to invite you to think about doing some sort of daily meditation process. Now that might be just listening to whatever the activation is for the month, or it might be finding a guided meditation that you listen to. It can be as small as 10 minutes. Okay? Just something. Now, I know that you do gardening work and things like that, and normally most people would kind of go, well, that's my meditation, but it doesn't feel like it's enough, right?
I hate gardening. I hate gardening.
Okay, that's why. So it's a discipline. It's that word. It's really this consistent, find a time, do it at the same time every day, make it a practice, a daily disciplined practice where you just do the thing because you have to do the thing, because you know that it will be of service to you. And it feels like a meditation of some sort, or just, as I said, listening to whatever the activation is for the month. It doesn't really matter what it is. That's the thing. It could be just you chanting, it doesn't matter what it is. It's not about that. This is about you going into a disciplined practice. Now, it can also be, by the way, you spending time every morning doing your own healing work on yourself. Right?
I did used to have a practice where I'd get up in the morning and I would, one of my windows, because, you know, I live on a hill, one of my windows, I could actually see right down into the valley sort of thing, the leaves. Yeah. And I haven't done that for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that might be a call. This might just simply be a call to go back to doing that thing, just that one disciplined thing. I don't know why that's going to be important moving forward, but it is for you, the discipline of it, the consistency, the you know, turning it into a practice, a daily disciplined practice. That's the words that want to come out. Daily disciplined practice, because it grows on itself, it builds on itself over time. And if you're doing it every single day, if you take a big break from it, you go back almost to the beginning and you have to start again. So that's what's being called from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get that. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. We've still got a few minutes if you have any questions or anything.
I feel as if, I suppose this is more going into the prediction sort of thing, I do feel like July, there's something sort of happening in July, and I don't know, I mean, do you feel that is the case? I don't know what it is, but I feel like
I can actually feel that. And as we're talking about the disciplined thing, and it needs to happen in order, that's supporting of whatever's going to happen. Then there's a shift that's going to happen, and if you can start being disciplined. Yes, I see. This is around your work. This is around you getting what you've been asking for. Working for yourself.
A new job or working for myself?
It's around working for yourself. Whether that means that you will get rid of one job and then come into your business, it doesn't feel really like that. It feels like there's a more easeful way that it's going to happen for you. But you'll become more disciplined around your business through forcing yourself to have this discipline. Because I suspect you're probably a little like me and so many other people, that when we are at home and doing our work or doing what we don't really become disciplined about it, right? And so I think this conversation is a lead into that. Start being disciplined with this one thing, and it will allow you to embrace the energy of discipline in other areas. But yes, there's definitely something coming.
Yeah, that is actually one thing that does play my mind, is that at work, I'm organised. At home, I'm disorganised. And I sometimes think, as a block, it's like, am I not creating so I can work at home because I fear that I will not be disciplined? I'll just get up and go sit on the couch and just watch TV instead of doing how I want to live my life.
If you were talking to someone who was saying that to you, I guarantee you'd be saying, well, you're self-sabotaging, aren't you? And why do we self-sabotage when it's our own personal thing and we know it's the thing we're here to do and we should be doing it? Because we don't think we're enough yet. Right? I'll tell you something you don't know. So perhaps your daily discipline for the moment will be spend 10 minutes in a meditation around I am enough, or having your alarms set and consistently doing those and being disciplined about that, or finding some a guided meditation that is around the I am enough stuff, because that's what it is.
Yeah, I have all.
Oh, I lost you.
Me insane as well.
Sorry, I lost you through that. You're back now. You're back now.
Oh, I must have moved slightly. That's the thing. At home, I've got so many tools and things to use, and I don't use them.
That's definitely what this is about. This whole discipline thing. Because you're beating yourself up for that, aren't you?
Yes.
Because you notice
then I waste my money.
You notice you're not doing it, and you start beating up on yourself, which is an act of unself-love, as you know. So it all makes total sense that the word discipline wanted to be spoken about.
Now you've gone. Yeah.
Amazing. So you know what you need to do. Do it the best that you can. And if you notice, it's very important that if you notice you're not doing it, you don't beat yourself up, that you just simply go, oh, gosh, there I'm still doing that thing that I used to do. I don't do that anymore, right? Or Britney Spears, oops, I did it again, whatever. So that you're not beating yourself up and therefore being unself-loving. So important that we remember, is that self-loving or is it unself-loving? If it's unself-loving, then I'm not doing that. What's the opposite? What do I need to do instead? Okay?
Cool.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me.
No worries. No worries. Thank you.
Talk to you again soon.
See ya.
What I'd like to do is I can feel that energy, that queasiness inside you right now. It's actually an emotion. It feels like an emotional thing. So what I want to do is just invite you to close your eyes for me. We're just going to go in and see what it is, basically. So what I want you to do is just bring all of your attention to wherever you can feel it. Whoa. Just keep your attention and focus on it. You got it?
Yes.
And so you'll notice right in the center of it, or about the center of it, it feels a lot more intense.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to bring your attention to where it feels most intense. Just hone your focus in on that bit that feels most intense. Feels like the center of a storm almost. It's weird. So just bring your attention there. There's nothing else you need to do. Just keep your attention there for me. How's that feeling now?
It's eased a little.
Okay, great. So we'll just just bring your attention to it. Give it all of your attention without needing to know what it is or anything like that. Just bring your attention to it. Again, notice there's a bit that feels a little bit like a black spot. It's a bit more intense than the rest of it. Just bring your attention there for me. How's that feeling?
It's calmed a bit.
Okay, great. So we'll just get what we're going to do, and it might move around, and that's okay. If it does, just follow it. So we just want to, again, keep your attention on it. Just keep your attention on it. Nothing else you need to do, but be in this moment. So what came up for you when you did the activation? This feels very much like some sort of money block, an emotional money block.
Well, that's not surprising. Well, I mean, this month is about money, and that is one of the main reasons I have joined in the first place.
Yeah.
So
did you have any memories come up about something emotional around money, an emotional event around money?
Not as such. Like I said, I went to sleep straight away after the activation. But in saying that, there's been a lot of memories coming up around, so I was extremely blessed with my family coming into this world, and in the money area, and my people I surround myself, they're all very blessed. And I'm not.
Wonderful.
On paper I look okay.
Yeah.
But
okay, so I want to take you back to your childhood, okay? There's something that happened in your childhood. Now, it feels like it was someone around you, so it wasn't family, it wasn't close, but it was someone judging you for that.
Everybody, because we were quite well off in the area we lived in.
There was someone in particular that said something to you, and I feel like you cried. You know, you're of that age where you're a young girl. So I'm talking with your inner child at the moment. Your inner child. It was almost like you felt like that person. So when someone says something to you, judgmental, what we tend to do, particularly when we're little, is that we turn it into a judgment about ourselves. We make it mean something about us. And that's what we're looking at here. So they said something judgmental to you, and for some reason you took that to mean that you weren't as important or as
deserving
as someone else.
Deserving.
Okay, that might be what it was. So you wanted something and it wasn't given to you, and you got upset. And someone there was like, well, you don't deserve it. Well, you know, you can get it whenever you want, or some sort of thing like that. And you took that like, well, I don't deserve. And you made that decision about yourself. And that's what this block is. Now, it's been a long time since I've seen a money block in the way that I'm seeing yours, as a black spot. That's how they used to show themselves to me years and years ago, but I haven't for years. So that's interesting. So again, I just want you to come down to where that is. If you can still feel that, can you still feel it?
Yes.
Yeah, so keep your attention there for me. And you know your inner child is really, really stubborn. You were stubborn, weren't you? She doesn't want to let go. That's why. So just keep your attention there. We want to just essentially convey the message energetically to your inner child that the person who said that to you was wrong. The person who said that to you was hurting themselves because they, you know, that expression, hurt people. They were just trying to feel better about themselves by saying that to you. In fact, they would have said it to anyone who was in their way. And then we want to say that you're safe now. You're safe to ask for everything that you want. You're safe to receive everything that you want. Just allowing yourself to let it go. To finally let it go. You've been holding on for so long. What's happening now?
Feeling a bit of energy like a buzzing, sort of dissipating through from that spot, dissipating outward.
Okay, great. So we just keep out again, just bring your focus back into it. Sorry, excuse me.
It's fine.
It's energy moving.
Mm.
So right in this moment, the guides have got my hand and they're working in my energy field, which is your energy field, of course, and they're working on the, what's that area? Just underneath my left boob, my left breast, down under the rib there. So I'm just going to let them do that. I'll just be quiet for a minute. I need you to just take in a nice deep breath all the way down to your belly. Breathe out through your mouth. How's that feeling?
Yeah, the buzzing's subsiding a bit.
Sorry, just say that again.
Oh, I said the buzzing, the tingly sort of buzzy energy feeling, it's subsiding a bit.
Okay, great.
Calming.
Okay, beautiful, perfect. Do you mind actually need some more sleep? Sorry.
Oh, no.
But it feels like take care of yourself for the next couple of days. Don't do too much. Just allow whatever needs to bubble up.
Okay.
And we're going to keep on working because I can still feel that there. So after I've got one more session, then after I finish that, I'm just going to finish cleaning that up for you, okay?
Thank you.
So you can just go about doing whatever you're doing. It won't matter because it's not actually me. It's your higher self that's doing it, not me. So, yeah, it feels like that's all we need to do in this moment.
Thank you.
Okay, how are you feeling?
Different.
Okay.
It's strange.
All right. So it'll you'll assimilate with it a bit more once you've had a sleep, whether it's sometime today or whether it's just simply tonight as normal. Okay?
Thank you, Anne.
Hello, I would like some help connecting with my non-physical self. I would really like to find out about my guides and who my guides are, but I do understand that any guides that manifest are a non-physical part of me anyway. But I would still like to know how I can, based on my own personal wavelengths, connect with that part of myself and receive.
Indeed. And it's really simple. And we're jumping in, we're interrupting you. It's what we do.
That's fine.
Because we receive the question energetically before you speak it, you see. And so what we want to say to you above all else is that, yes, you acknowledge that you are the physical manifestation of the non-physical, so therefore it can be anything that you want. And we want you to hone in on that. It can be anything that you want. And then what we want to say to you next is this. Who do you absolutely love the energy of that is a spiritual being, a wisdom being? Choose that one, you see. In other words, what we're saying to you is if you resonate with Archangel Michael, then put your focus on Archangel Michael and he will appear. Because here's the thing, your non-physical will show up in whichever way you require it to in order to receive what it is that you need to receive.
Wonderful. I absolutely understand that. So what you resonate with, like, focus on that, because that archetypal energy is the energy that you're sort of needing.
Indeed.
Okay.
And also look at what it is that you're wanting to have a conversation about. In other words, if you're wanting to speak to the feminine energy, then choose one of the feminine icons. Now, there's no such thing as a feminine icon in the non-physical, because it's all feminine and masculine altogether. But there are aspects of it that belong to that label, so to speak. So Mother Mary and the goddesses and all of those sorts of things, they are simply a representation of the non-physical, just as you are.
Okay.
You see?
Yep. So with this month's activation, the one that we've had, which is the money activation, I've had amazing success with it already, which has just blown me away. I'd like to get some guidance on sort of how do you align yourself with that sort of flow of abundance? Like what a little thing like
what we want to suggest to you is that you simply decide that you have been activated, and that you decide in every moment that you are activated, and that you start acting as though you are, and it's the truth, you see.
Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is this: you're very simple beings. Whatever you believe is true.
Including nightmares, and yes.
Indeed. So what we're saying to you is if you want to believe that you are activated and that you are allowing money to flow to you, truly believe it. Now, we don't mean believe as in think it's possible or know that it could be possible. What we mean is embody it. Know it, capital K-N-O-W, as opposed to the little K-N-O-W, which is how we express understanding something.
So that's almost as in saying, like, knowing with your heart rather than with your head. Is that?
Yes, and another word you could use for it is trust.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are the physical manifestation of the non-physical, and whenever you ask for anything, the non-physical will provide it to you, and as the physical manifestation, it's up to you to receive it. And so, if you're not receiving what you want, simply say to yourself, why am I not allowing myself to have that thing that I want? And get to the bottom of it and clean that up.
Okay, and so when we get to the bottom of it, how do we clean it up? Do we just, picture white light shining on?
The physical manifestation of the non-physical, and every time you ask, the non-physical gives to you. So in other words, what we're saying is get to the bottom of it, find what it is, and ask it to be released. And the non-physical will come rushing at you and will work with you to release it. Now, sometimes it will work with you to release it by putting in front of you the very thing that you don't want to see.
That's happened.
So that you might shake it up and release it in that way. So that you might be so triggered that you cry and release it that way. So that you might be so triggered that you yell at someone, and in the moments afterwards and in your worrying that you've done the wrong thing, it might be released, you see. Trust, in other words. If we could give you one answer for every question you have today, it would be the word trust.
Trust. Yep, that's a big thing. Trust and faith. I mean, yeah, the faith. And I think this week has shown me that the universe does provide, and with this money manifestation that's come through. And it was one of those things that I think I've proven to myself this week that, You know, I'd always say, well, the universe will provide, go for that thing, it'll fall into place. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. And this week has been evidence of that. You know, things have fallen into place and somehow it's happened, you know, so.
Indeed,
really cool.
indeed.
So
because you asked and your non-physical aspects came running towards you saying, yes, here it is. And you said, yes, I will receive that.
I certainly did. Awesome.
And that's the thing to keep working at, you see. And if you're not receiving what you're getting, asking yourself, why am I choosing not to receive that? Because it's a choice every single time. Why am I not receiving that? Why am I choosing to not receive that thing that I asked for? Because I know and totally trust that when I ask for what I want, the universe delivers it to me. And the next thing for you is to start to recognize more fully that every time you ask something of the universe, you are asking it of yourself.
Right.
In other words, when I asked for money, I knew that I would give it to myself.
Yep, I hear that.
Yes.
It's just, yeah, and it's just that little hurdle of, you know, the illusion of separateness, and we think,
indeed,
well, you know, and that's what I'm getting past. So, like, it sort of filters through all things. Like, I started asking about guides and this and that, and it's, yeah, it's that. Yeah. Any suggestions on how to magically rid yourself of the illusion of separateness?
Well, see, you're already doing it because you've already asked. Therefore, your non-physical is giving you the answer through every experience that happens, because life is happening for you. And in recognizing that, then everything that happens around you is to be given gratitude, because it's there to serve you moving into this next level, you see.
Yep. It's
Indeed.
exciting. It's very exciting. Oh, okay. So, is there any other guidance that All That Is picking up that they'd like?
Well, no, we think you're doing very well, you see. We think you are doing extraordinarily well, and we want you to receive that from us. We want you to receive that and allow yourself to acknowledge that, and even allow yourself to give yourself a pat on the back for it. Because again, we want to say to you, you keep expressing, or you have expressed, I knew that the universe would provide it. I knew that the universe would provide it. I knew that you're giving the praise of it to the universe and not to yourself.
Yes. Right. So should I be giving it to me?
In other words, what we're saying to you is the way to move into that would be to say, I asked and I knew the universe would provide it because I asked. So therefore, wow, how wonderful am I?
And I am
how
the universe.
How amazing am I?
Yep. That's cool.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. You are doing very well.
I am. And it's magical, isn't it? I'm excited for next month. What does All That Is have in store for us?
Well, we haven't decided just yet.
Okay, well, hopefully when those thought forms are out there, the rest of us are like, oh, I know.
And you'll, in fact, it's me now, but you'll be given, I'm actually have decided that what I'm going to do, while I've got you guys as the founding members, is provide a little survey next week just saying, you know, these are the 7 areas, what would be good for you next, and then we'll see what everyone comes up with. And if you know, if there's more than a couple for the same thing, then we'll do that. Well, we've got the opportunity
I trust the journey.
to do that.
No matter what happens, I know it's going to be great anyway. So yeah.
Beautiful. As do I. I don't need to prepare.
No.
When it wants to come through, it'll come through, and it'll be what is needed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Was there anything else, or
no?
It's one.
No, I got confirmation of what I was sort of wanting confirmation for, so it's been great. It's been a big week. Oh, the weekend, so it's time to absorb it, integrate it, let it go, and then that's how I feel now.
Fantastic. You're on the up and up, so to speak.
Yes, thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
We'll talk again soon.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.